Welcome everyone. I hope you're doing amazing today. Sometimes in life, we come across things that may seem ordinary at first glance, but later turn out to hold extraordinary value. That hidden treasure could be lying right in front of us without us realizing it. Now let's step into the fascinating world of Australian history and discover something that has shocked collectors worldwide. We're going to talk about the Australian 2-cent old coin from 1978 with no mint mark. And trust me, this is not just any piece of metal. It's a small artifact of history carrying immense worth. The 2-cent coin of Australia was first introduced in the 1960s, and it quickly became a part of daily transactions. But what makes the 1978 version so special is not just the year, it's the absence of a mint mark that sets it apart. While most coins carry a mark showing where they were struck, this one does not, and that absence has turned it into a collector's dream. Back in 1978, these coins were struck in bronze, giving them a distinct reddish-brown look. The design features the iconic frilled neck lizard, a creature unique to Australia, symbolizing the nation's wildlife heritage. On the obverse side, you'll find the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, which ties the coin directly to its time of creation. But what really excites collectors is the historical context. The late 1970s was a period of transition for Australian coinage, and errors or unusual issues during minting became highly desirable decades later. That's exactly what gives the 1978 no mint mark coin its legendary status among rare coin enthusiasts. The rarity of this coin is not just in numbers, but in demand. Collectors from around the world seek it out, and when such demand meets low availability, prices rise dramatically. And in the case of this coin, the price is nothing short of astonishing. It is considered valuable because it represents both a minting anomaly and a slice of Australian heritage. Imagine holding a coin that millions might have overlooked back then, but today, it can easily spark a bidding war in auctions. That's how powerful its reputation has become. Whenever this coin surfaces in markets, it attracts attention like a magnet. Auction houses highlight it, collectors compete for it, and prices shoot upward. For anyone lucky enough to own this coin, you're not just holding currency, you're holding history sealed in metal. The truth is, coins like these are not just about their face value. They are about stories. Every collector dreams of finding that one piece that everyone else wants. And this 1978 Australian 2-cent, no mint mark coin checks all those boxes. It's scarce, beautiful, historically important, and highly desirable. So how much can such a coin fetch? Reports from private sales and auctions suggest incredible figures. Depending on condition, a coin like this can command values reaching into thousands of dollars. And in pristine condition, with sharp details and minimal wear, you could be talking about a maximum value as high as $5,000, or even more in exceptional cases. Think about that for a moment. Something as small as a 2-cent coin turning into thousands of dollars. That's the magic of numismatics, and that's why this coin is truly one of the most valuable Australian old coins ever created. Collectors aren't just buying the coin, they are buying exclusivity. They are buying a piece that very few others will ever own. And as more time passes, these coins become harder to find, which means the value continues to rise steadily. This is why holding on to such a coin is more than just an investment, it's a legacy. You could pass it on to the next generation, and its value may be even greater than what it is today. Rare coins have a way of appreciating with time, and this one is no exception. For those wondering whether to keep it or sell it, the answer depends on what you want. If you keep it sealed, protected, and preserved in high grade, you could be securing a future treasure. If you choose to sell, auctions and collectors' networks are ready to pay top dollar for it. What makes this story even more motivating is the thought that treasures like these can be hiding in old drawers, piggy banks, or coin collections passed down through families. You never know when you might stumble across one, and if you do, it could change your life financially. So next time you come across an old coin, especially from the late 1970s, don't dismiss it. Take a closer look, because history has a way of disguising its most valuable secrets in the simplest forms. And in the case of the Australian 2-cent coin from 1978 with no mint mark, that secret is worth a fortune. Always remember, coins are not just about metal, they're about history, stories, and hidden wealth. This coin is proof that something so small can carry a value so great. It inspires collectors worldwide to keep searching. Next up, the Australian 2-cent old coin from 1976, without a mint mark, stands as one of the most fascinating coins in the history of Australian currency. Its story begins in the mid-1970s, a time when the Australian coinage system was evolving and coins were struck in massive numbers for circulation. Yet among these coins, a special category emerged that would later capture the attention of collectors worldwide: the 1976 no mint mark issue. The 2-cent coin itself was first introduced in 1966, when Australia adopted decimal currency, and it featured a design that quickly became iconic. On one side is the striking portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, linking the coin directly to its era, while on the reverse is the powerful image of the frilled neck lizard, a symbol of the continent's unique wildlife. This design became a favourite among collectors and everyday Australians alike. By 1976, millions of coins were produced, but those without mint marks gained significance over time. A mint mark usually identifies where the coin was struck, but when such a mark is missing, the coin stands out as a rarity. It is this very absence that elevates the 1976 no mint mark coin into the category of treasures. The beauty of the 1976 2-cent no mint mark coin lies not only in its design, but also in its scarcity and historical importance. Coins like this act as snapshots of history. They preserve details about the technology of the minting process, the artistic choices of the era, and even the small mistakes or variations that give certain coins extraordinary worth. Over the decades, collectors have placed high value on coins that deviate from the standard, and the 1976 no mint mark 2-cent coin fits perfectly into this narrative. It is a symbol of both rarity and desirability, and for that reason, its value has grown steadily in numismatic circles. Right now, the value of this coin in the collector's market depends heavily on its condition. A circulated coin with signs of wear may sell for hundreds of dollars, but a coin that has been preserved in mint state condition can reach thousands. In fact, auction records show that when pristine examples appear, bidding competition pushes the value into the range of $2,000 to $3,000. And this is only the beginning. As time moves forward, the number of such coins available will only decrease. Many will be lost, damaged, or simply held tightly by private collectors who refuse to let them go. This scarcity fuels the potential for the 1976 no mint mark 2-cent coin to rise in value year after year. The future potential of this coin is immense. Just imagine, coins that were once used casually in pockets and purses now being viewed as prized assets worth thousands of dollars. If the trend continues, and demand continues to outpace supply, we could easily see this coin reaching highs of $3,800 or more in coming decades. This coin is not just valuable because of its rarity, it is valuable because it tells a story. It reflects Australia's rich history of coinage, the artistry of its designs, and the unique circumstances that led to its creation without a mint mark. Every collector who holds this coin is holding a piece of that story, and that adds layers of meaning to its financial value. The maximum value today can vary, but serious collectors will pay handsomely for it. A fine example can sell at auction for around $4,500, while exceptional specimens reach higher into the thousands. And as with all rare coins, the ceiling is always rising. The question isn't whether it will go higher, it's when. For anyone lucky enough to possess this coin, the advice is simple. Protect it, preserve it, and never underestimate its future potential. Coins like these are time capsules that reward patience. The longer you hold it, the rarer it becomes, and the higher the price collectors are willing to pay. The motivation behind collecting and valuing such coins is not just financial. It is also about passion, about owning something few others will ever have. This exclusivity is what drives prices skyward, because rarity is the ultimate currency in the world of numismatics. Even today, collectors are on constant lookout for coins like the 1976 2-cent no mint mark. Every time one surfaces, it makes headlines in the collector community, and the prices they fetch inspire others to search through their own collections, hoping to find one. This surge in interest creates momentum. As demand grows, so does the prestige of owning one. And with prestige comes higher value. This is why many believe the 1976 Australian 2-cent no mint mark coin is only at the beginning of its financial journey. Imagine a future where a coin you own today for a few $1,000s becomes worth tens of thousands. That is not just wishful thinking. That is the natural progression of rare collectibles in a market driven by scarcity and passion. The same has happened with countless other rare coins, and this one is destined to follow the same path. What makes it even more exciting is the unpredictability of the market. At any moment, a sudden surge in interest could push the maximum value of this coin beyond expectations. The rarity ensures that when demand rises, supply cannot keep up, and prices explode upward. Holding onto a coin like this is like holding a hidden treasure chest. It is not just about selling today, it is about envisioning the future, where this small piece of bronze could command life-changing sums of money. And for collectors, that vision is more than enough to keep the dream alive. The Australian 2-cent coin from 1976 with no mint mark is more than just a coin. It is an opportunity. It is a chance to connect with history, to preserve art, and to invest in something that only gets more precious with time. For those who believe in the power of rarity, this coin is a shining example of what can happen when history, art, and demand come together. Its current value is already impressive, but its future value could be extraordinary. Next up, the Australian 2-cent coin from 1983, with no mint mark, is one of the most remarkable coins ever struck in the history of Australian currency. It holds a unique place in the collector's market, not only because of its age, but because of the story behind why it was minted, and how it has now become one of the most desirable coins for buyers across the world. The 2-cent denomination had been circulating in Australia since 1966, featuring the famous frilled neck lizard on its reverse and Queen Elizabeth II's portrait on the obverse. This design became instantly recognizable, and for nearly 2 decades it was used widely by Australians in everyday life. Yet, among all the years of issue, the 1983 no mint mark coin is a standout. This particular year's coinage marked a special turning point. In 1983, millions of coins were struck for general circulation, but a unique variation emerged in which no mint mark was added. The absence of this identifying mark makes the 1983 coin rare and attractive, because collectors know that such variations are never ordinary. They are always the product of history, error, or intention. The question of why this coin was made is tied to the minting practices of the time. Coins were being produced at a high rate to meet Australia's economic demands, and occasionally minting variations occurred. The 1983 no mint mark 2-cent coin is a product of this environment, and today it represents a frozen moment in Australia's minting history. Collectors value it because it cannot be replicated. The no mint mark variation ensures that this coin will always stand apart from the rest of the 1983 issues. Once such coins are released and discovered, they immediately rise in demand. And when demand rises while availability remains limited, value begins to soar. So how many people want to buy it? The truth is, a massive community of numismatists across Australia and internationally keeps watch for this coin. Every time one appears at auction or in a private sale, interest spikes. Buyers include long-time collectors who want to complete their sets, investors who see coins as secure assets, and enthusiasts who love the thrill of owning something few others will ever hold. The demand is high because the 1983 no mint mark coin represents rarity at its best. Every collector knows that scarcity is what drives the market. And in this case, scarcity is undeniable. Only a limited number exist, and as more are absorbed into private collections, the fewer remain available to buy. When it comes to current value, the coin has already proven itself as a worthy collectible. Depending on condition, values can range from hundreds of dollars in circulated form to thousands in pristine condition. A coin that is uncirculated, with full detail and luster, can reach as much as $3,500 to $4,000 in today's market. That price is not a limit, it is just the beginning. Coins like this one have the potential to increase dramatically in the future. As time passes, collectors will compete harder to own one, pushing the maximum value higher and higher. In the next decade, it is not unrealistic to see this coin fetching $5,000 or beyond in the right conditions. The important detail here is that this coin is not just currency, it is a part of history. It connects us back to the 1980s, a time when coinage was still a primary part of everyday life, before digital transactions began to dominate. Owning this coin is like owning a piece of that era, preserved forever in bronze. The beauty of the coin adds even more to its appeal. The frilled neck lizard design is iconic and instantly recognizable as Australian, while the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II marks a time when her reign was still relatively young compared to the decades that followed. These details give the coin both cultural and artistic value. Its value is high not only in terms of money, but also in prestige. To own one is to own something rare, something many want but few can have. That exclusivity is what makes the 1983 no mint mark coin so powerful in the world of collecting. People often ask whether such coins are really worth holding on to, and the answer is yes. The future of this coin is promising. Its rarity ensures that prices will not fall. Instead, with every passing year, as fewer coins remain in circulation or available for trade, its value climbs higher. Think about it this way. Every collector who acquires one removes it from the market. That makes the next available coin even more desirable, and the bidding even more competitive. This cycle repeats, and the value grows continuously. This is the kind of coin that can transform an ordinary collection into an extraordinary one. It is the centerpiece, the highlight that every collector dreams of showcasing. And because of this, buyers will never stop searching for it. Even today, collectors across online platforms, coin shows, and auction houses are actively seeking the 1983 no mint mark 2-cent coin. The buzz it creates every time one appears is evidence of its undeniable desirability. This is why the 1983 Australian 2-cent no mint mark coin is not just a collectible, it is an investment. It has all the qualities that make a coin valuable: rarity, demand, historical significance, and artistic beauty. The maximum value at present has already proven remarkable, but the future value holds even greater promise. It is one of those rare opportunities where time itself becomes your greatest ally, because as years pass, the coin only becomes more sought after. Next up, the Australian 2-cent old coin from 1989 with no mint mark is one of the most fascinating coins to come out of the late 1980s. It is a piece of history that has become more than just small change. It is a collectible with true value, attracting attention from both seasoned numismatists and newcomers in the market. The history of the 1989 2-cent coin begins with the wider Australian decimal currency system that was introduced in 1966. The 2-cent coin became an everyday essential, carrying the proud design of the frilled neck lizard on the reverse and Queen Elizabeth II's portrait on the obverse. This design had already become iconic by the late 1980s, and the 1989 issue continued that legacy. What makes the 1989 coin particularly remarkable is its no mint mark production. Typically, mint marks identify where a coin was struck, but when this detail is missing, the coin immediately becomes unusual and highly desirable. The absence of a mint mark is not just a small technical detail. It is the very thing that separates an ordinary coin from a rare treasure. By 1989, Australia was also preparing for changes in its smaller denomination coinage. Just a few years later, both the 1-cent and 2-cent coins would be withdrawn from circulation. That makes the 1989 year historically significant. It was one of the last moments in which the 2-cent coin was being struck in large numbers. To have a no mint mark variation from this time adds a special rarity factor that collectors instantly recognize. The demand for the 1989 no mint mark coin is strong because collectors know that this is not just another coin from circulation. It is a coin that reflects a turning point in Australia's monetary history, making it both a cultural artifact and a financial asset. The frilled neck lizard design remains a favorite, and when paired with scarcity, its desirability multiplies. Where can you buy this coin today? The best places to look include reputable coin auctions, online numismatic marketplaces, and coin dealers specializing in Australian currency. Auction houses often list these coins, and when they appear, the bidding competition is fierce. Online platforms have also become a hunting ground for collectors worldwide who are eager to secure one of these rarities. And where can you sell it? If you are lucky enough to own a 1989 no mint mark 2-cent coin, you have options. Selling through a certified auction house can fetch the highest price, as collectors trust the authenticity and grading of auctioned coins. You can also sell through private networks, coin shows, or trusted online dealers who will connect you with buyers willing to pay premium amounts. So how much is this coin worth? The answer depends on condition. A circulated version can already bring in hundreds of dollars, while uncirculated examples in pristine condition can soar into the thousands. High-grade coins with sharp details and perfect surfaces have been recorded at prices around $2,200 to $3,400, with the very best examples reaching beyond $5,500. The maximum value continues to rise because the supply is shrinking. Many of these coins are locked away in private collections and may not reappear in the market for decades. This scarcity drives up demand, ensuring that when one does become available, it sells for an extraordinary amount. The real question is, should you keep it or not? The answer is absolutely yes. Holding on to the 1989 2-cent no-mint mark coin is not just keeping a piece of metal. It is securing an asset that is likely to grow in value over time. Rare coins consistently appreciate as years pass, and this coin is no exception. If you want to maximize its future value, sealing and preserving it is the best option. Coins kept in protective holders, free from scratches and wear, are the ones that bring the highest prices. Collectors and investors pay top dollar for coins that look as if they just came out of the mint, so protecting it is the smartest move. Every collector dreams of finding that one coin that others desperately want. The 1989 no-mint mark fits this dream perfectly. It has rarity, history, and beauty all combined into one small but powerful piece. That combination is why buyers will continue to chase after it for years to come. Think about the significance. A coin that was once worth just 2 cents now commands thousands of dollars. That transformation alone is enough to inspire anyone to start looking through old collections, drawers, or inherited boxes. Treasures like this can truly change the way you look at coins forever. The prestige of owning such a coin cannot be overstated. It is not just about the money. It is about being one of the select few in the world who can say they own the 1989 Australian 2-cent no-mint mark coin. That exclusivity adds an emotional value that enhances its financial worth. Buyers are not just purchasing a coin, they are purchasing history, rarity, and status. That is why so many people want to buy it, and why every appearance on the market sparks excitement. The demand is continuous, and the prices reflect that energy. If you are considering whether to sell now or later, patience is often rewarded. With every year that passes, the coin becomes harder to find, and values rise accordingly. Holding on to it could mean unlocking even greater profits in the future. The story of this coin is also a story of Australian heritage. It marks a period when the country was transitioning away from small bronze coinage, and yet it left behind a treasure that now stands as a symbol of that era. Collectors understand this, and it only adds to the motivation to acquire one. The maximum value may surprise even seasoned collectors in the coming decades. As history has shown, rare coins can exceed expectations when demand collides with scarcity. For the 1989 no-mint mark coin, the sky is the limit, and its upward trajectory seems unstoppable. So, the conclusion is clear. The 1989 Australian 2-cent old coin with no mint mark is not only valuable today, but it is also a coin with extraordinary future potential. Whether you keep it sealed as an investment or showcase it proudly as a collector's item, you are holding something truly special. In the world of rare coins, very few pieces carry the combination of beauty, rarity, and historical importance that this coin does. The 1989 2-cent no-mint mark is a shining example of how something so small can hold such massive value.